you know that the system of government you live in has an impact on how much money you get to keep? A fairly average South African couple earning over 300,000 rand per year, including 13th check, pays far more tax than they know. It's not just income tax, there are other taxes they probably don't think about. There is, for example, VAT, fuel tax and import duty, amongst many other taxes. In our example, which comes from MoneyWeb, we'll only add VAT and fuel taxes, to keep things simple. Our fictional couple's total tax bill amounts to 142,622 rand. In other words, 39% of their income is being taken for taxes. How much could the couple save? You can measure how efficient a government is by calculating the taxes taken by a government as a percentage of the GDP. The GDP can be thought of as the total value of all the goods and services produced by the country. By that measure, South Africa's government took a massive 24.2% of GDP for itself, in 2019. Now let's look at a country with a radically different style of democracy, which does far better, even inside of the relatively expensive European context. That country is Switzerland. Only 9.8% of the country's GDP was taken by government and taxes in 2019. So then, we come to our major question of interest. How would switching to a system as efficient as Switzerland's benefit our fictional couple paying 142,622 rand in tax each year? Well, if SA's government switched systems and was able to achieve the same level of tax efficiency, there would be a whopping 59.5% decrease in taxes across the board. Assuming the couple benefited equally with other taxpayers, that would mean a 59.5% decrease in their taxes. So they would save 84,913 rand per year. While the application to the couple is simplified, and there are differences between countries, our calculation still serves to illustrate the difference an efficient government makes. Some might argue that the difference in tax levels is entirely due to South Africa's greater social needs and has nothing to do with efficiency, but that wouldn't make sense. One way of seeing this is to compare Switzerland to other European countries, which are more similar to Switzerland in many ways, except that they are still burdened with the same representative style of democracy South Africa has. In that case, Switzerland still comes out way ahead. For instance, the UK is far less efficient with 24.91% of GDP being taken, and France is similarly wasteful at 24.55% of GDP. Some Eastern European countries are lower, but haven't achieved Switzerland's level of efficiency. So then what's the secret? The first ingredient is something called direct democracy. This is where the people decide on what legislation is allowed to be passed by the parliament, not the politicians. In that way the people ensured decisions will benefit them. The second ingredient is a decentralized approach to taxes. Each region of Switzerland can set its own corporate tax rate, which of course results in a competition between the regions to get the taxes as low as they can, so they can attract businesses and people. So there you have it, a way for South Africans to save money in the long run, is to only vote for parties that want to change to a fairer style of government that gives people more say.